whereby we welcome guests from different walks of life to come right on the show to share their experiences so that someone out there can listen and learn in order to make better life decisions for themselves. Last episode, we had a live session. Although it was not good because of the network coverage, we had a very bad network coverage from the guests and we could not have the live session on IG last episode. But today we are going to be having another episode on the topic Rebi, and we are having a special guest on the show and she'll be sharing her experiences. Actually, all the guests on this show, they are special for coming right here on the show to share their experiences and leaving the comfort of their home to do so. Everyone that is a guest on this show is special. So today, the guest we are expecting on the show, she's going to be sharing her experiences, and I want to encourage all the viewers out there that will be watching today's episode to listen attentively to what she has to say, because I'm quite sure that you are going to learn a lot from her story. And then she's someone that I admire so much. She's someone that is very intelligent. She's she's one of those women that actually did what the society has actually termed it to be the achievement of men. She has been able to succeed in her field as a lady, and it's something that I'm proud of, and she'll be sharing her experience with us very soon. So do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're still watching The Talk with Rebi. Welcome back. And right here on the show, we have our guest already, and she will be introducing herself shortly. So good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm so happy to have you.
I'm honored to be here.
It's something that I really do appreciate. The fact that you leave the comfort of your home to come right here on the show to share your experiences is something that is done out of love, and I really do admire it. So the viewers would like to know you. So can you introduce yourself?
Okay. Hi everyone. First of all, happy new month. My name is Uri Otite. I'm from Delta State, and I studied civil engineering at the University of Port Harcourt, and I'm happy to tell you that I'm practicing civil engineering right now, and I'm yet to get my current, so don't call me engineer when I'll get arrested.
No. We have to call you engineer. We have to call you an engineer. No, seriously, it's something that is outstanding. The fact that the society we are in, what men can do, not all women can do it, and then you prove them wrong. So it's really nice, and I'm really pleased to have you on the show once again.
Thank you.
And I know it's very difficult for me to pronounce your name, but I'm going to try my best. Uriri?
Uriri.
Okay, Uriri.
Perfect.
Okay, that's good. So Uriri, on the show today, what would you like to share with us? What experience would you like to share with us?
I have a very long story to tell, but I just wanted to share a story about how I grew up and how I found myself in this field that is, of course, male dominated, and people already have an idea about civil engineering. So it's something that more women need to come into. It's something that women see and like, oh my god, it's male dominated, I can't do it. I'm thriving in it, and I want more women to come into the STEM field. And it's something to encourage people about. So yeah, I was just going to talk about that.
Okay, that's good. So let's have it.
Okay. Where do I start from? I'm going to start from the very beginning, from when I was really young. I grew up in Warri, precisely, in Delta State, and in a family of 4 kids. I'm the third girl, and I don't know if you know Delta State tradition. You must have a male child. If you do not have
It's
a male
almost
child,
everywhere anyway, particularly in the south, and
exactly.
the east. Yeah.
Exactly. So my mom had her first 2 girls, and then my family, my dad's family, so like they needed a male child. Where's the male child? And then they tried again, and of course I came, and it was almost like, this is not a male child, another female child, you get. So but it was almost like I was just another girl in my family. That's how I grew up. But fortunately for my mom, and I was still a fortunate one for my mom. She had a boy after me, so I have just one brother, and he's the last born. And I think about 7-8 years after my dad died. So when you are from a family that doesn't really, I won't say appreciate women so much, you would start to feel like you are fading into the background. You don't feel the presence. That experience alone would have shaped my mind in a way that would not want to make me shine. But I didn't let it do that to me. So, and then my mom, very supportive woman, she's strong. She was able to raise her children to see themselves as equal. She didn't raise us and then make us see that her male child was the only child, was the only pride of the family. It wasn't that. She made all of us see ourselves as equal. As long as you can prove yourself worthy, you're as important as a male child. So I grew up that way. I decided that fine, let me dare to do something different. Yeah. And I said fine, I'm going to be an engineer. I didn't know what engineering field I was going to do, but I knew that I wanted to do engineering. So I made up my mind, and it was time to apply for JAM, STREMI. I tried to apply for engineering. I did not get in the first year, and I did not get in the second year. And that moment, it's not like I wasn't passing the exams. I was passing the exams, but I was like, maybe God does not want me to do it. Maybe I should just settle for something that would just be ordinary. But I didn't let that stop me. So I applied again. I didn't get in, but that was my third year. I didn't get in, but then I got in through what they call that thing?
Pre-degree, yeah.
Perfect. Pre-degree. I think in Unicorn they call it basic. So that was how I got in. So I did basic civil engineering. And then the funny part was, all the other times I was trying, I did not pursue civil engineering. I was doing petroleum, electrical, because when I made up my mind that I wanted to do engineering, I did not know the field I was going to do. I think God was just trying to teach me a lesson. You need to know what you want to do before you even say you want to do something.
Yeah.
So immediately I failed in civil engineering. I got into basic, and that was it. I think that was the beginning of a revolution for me, because that period I learned how to defy walls. Like when I entered civil engineering in class, I was like, out of almost 100 students, we're just 4 girls. And people were like, you made a mistake. Why are you here? Like, is it that you misruled or something?
I can imagine.
So I decided to just continue. In that basic class, I was the best in that class. And until today, I don't say people that I was the best because I was the smartest. I just feel I dared. Like, I wasn't the smartest. I worked hard. Every other person worked hard, but it's the passion for what you want to do that brings you out. So I studied, of course. I was the best in my basic class. Immediately I entered year 1 because it was a 5-year course. It was as if the negativity amplified. People were like, you're not a boy. You do not see any other engineering to do civil. How many girls are you? It was like people were constantly trying to bring me down.
Yeah.
It was a struggle, but I didn't let that stop me. In my first year, I got a scholarship. I got 2 scholarships. So with that, it sort of raised my spirit up. And I was like, I can do this. I'm meant for this. That's one additional thing I want to tell you. See, whatever you set your mind to do not let anybody bring you down. It might be an impossible feat. Like nobody, you don't know anybody that have done it, but you can do it. That's one thing you need to know. The minute you tell yourself, I can do it, you can do it. So let me continue the story. So after getting 2 scholarships, in my 3rd year, I was called into one of my senior lecturer's office, and he told me, do you know that you are going to graduate with a first class? I was in my 3rd year, I still had like 2 more years. So you can imagine the gap already. I did not know, I didn't understand, because when I entered the department, they were telling me, you've never graduated a first class student though. Is it now a girl that will come and do it? And my mind wasn't to be honest.
I know the kind of environment that people would have said a lot of bad stuff.
Exactly.
This department, people don't graduate with this,
all.
people don't graduate with that, and you're like, oh, okay, let me not even bother.
I didn't even put my mind there. I just said, let me just graduate. But this man called me and he was like, you're going to graduate to the first class. And you're going to be the first person that will graduate to the first class of this department. We don't graduate to them in first class. I think at that point, I was under so much pressure to make sure I don't let this man down, or let any other person down, any other person that I've known about it. So I put in extra effort. And funny enough, if there is any undergraduate student watching this video, I want you to not do anything on your own, because I think the most important thing that helped me through my journey is a community of friends. A reading group, we call it reading group. You don't have to be so much. Just know people that will be able to complement your weaknesses, like make your weaknesses disappear. For example, we had like a group of 8 students. We used to read together, and I might read something now and understand it. So other person read it in just one minute and understand. So you just bring in your different ideas, and that was it. And on the long run, I'll tell you how all of us graduated. So because of them, they were able to invest in it. I invested in them. We just worked together. And at the end of my stay, I did not just graduate as the best student in civil engineering. I graduated as the best student in the entire faculty of engineering. That is mechanical, chemical, all of them. It happened. I didn't understand how it happened, but it's just persistence. I was stubborn. I'm not going to let anybody tell me I can't do this thing. I think that's just what I wanted to prove. Don't tell me I can't do it. If because you couldn't do it does not mean I can't do it. Or because I'm a girl does not mean I can't do it. So I fought, and it was a glorious day for my mom, because it was something that people were telling her, this is your child, why didn't you encourage her to not do civil engineering? Like, she would just go and fall her hands in other people's words. But she was proud. And I think that's the one thing that people should find an anchor in whatever you're doing. Find something or someone that motivates you. And that was my mom. I apart from God, from not wanting to let God down, my mom was my rock. He's still my rock. In fact, it's my number one motivation. Whenever I think about her, when I'm weak or whenever I'm tired, I'm like, Mom, I cannot let this woman down. No, she must reap the fruit of her labor. So that's basically the story. And from leaving university, where I got my job, where I'm working at right now, where I work at the multinational civil engineering company, it's like number one multinational. So I dared again. I finished school, made the first class. People were again saying, you've made first class, what are you still doing at home? So the pressure was there, but I'm like, see, I'm not just going to get any job. I'm going to get this job. So I went on LinkedIn. I was just playing. I went on LinkedIn. I looked for people that were working in that company. I sent them messages. And the head of the company responded to me. I think it was like the only one that responded to my message. Like, every other person could have. It was the head of the company. So this is another lesson. Make sure your LinkedIn profile is on, like, it's top notch.
Yeah.
It has to be, because if you have achieved anything, put it there. You don't have to be the best in your class. You might have been the best in the course. Put it there. You might have helped people when you put it there. Just show your qualities on LinkedIn, because you don't know who's watching you. You don't know where your next opportunity is going to come from. So make sure your LinkedIn is on. Very, very flick. So that's what I did, and he reached out to me and said, what do you want to do? Like, what do you want? Just tell me what you want. And I said, I just want to do internship. Didn't just do internship in your office. And the next week, I'd never come to Lagos then. That was in 2018. I'd never visited Lagos all my life. But I got to Lagos for that interview, and on the spot I got the internship. Until today, I'm like presently I'm a staff. So that changed my life as well. So basically, that's the long and short of my story. It doesn't mean I've stopped dreaming. I'm still dreaming for bigger things.
Definitely.
I think that's just how I've set the pace for myself. I constantly want to do more, constantly want to break another glass ceiling, constantly want to do something that will just surpass everybody's expectations.
Yeah.
And it's exciting. It's just how life is. It does not mean I have not failed. I have failed. I have failed several times. So there was a time in my second year. In year 1, I did a course called technical drawing. And then in year 2, that's when you see your result. Don't worry about the result in year 2. I got a missing script. Like, I had to repeat that class, not because I failed. I repeated that class, and all my mates left me. I went back to year 1 for that course. If I had said, that this is like the worst experience of my life, oh my god, I can't make it, oh my god. But instead, I encouraged myself. Exactly. That was so early in my life, so very early. So I was able to pull myself back up and I attended the class. And do you know what happened? My lecturer made me teach the class because he was like, "You're a good student. I know you're good, but I just don't know what happened to your script." He couldn't even explain what happened because he's my guy. Like, he's a very good boy. He was like, "Since you are good, just take the class." He was just in the class sitting down doing his own thing. I was taking the class. So that was another way God showed me that you shouldn't give up on yourself. You probably went back for a reason. You don't know the reason. You can't. If you ask me now, I won't tell you the reason. But just do it. Just obey. Just follow. Nothing that takes you back is supposed to literally leave you back there.
Yeah.
It's supposed to send
I
you.
wanted to even ask you, sometimes when you keep doing something and then you keep getting it right, sometimes you want to relent and just lay back a little bit. Was there a time that, okay, when you were really doing well academically and you just wanted to just relax, that, okay, I know this stuff, let me not bother, let me not stress myself. Was there a time you really just slowed down and it's affected you at the time?
I think in school, that didn't affect me in school, but in work, presently, it has affected me. So, with the job, in school, you have different courses, you learn different courses, but when you're working, it's almost the same thing. It's civil engineering, although there are different projects, but you apply the same principles to the job. So, because I'm like, I know how to do this thing now, it almost landed me in trouble in one of my projects because I laid back and felt I'm used to this thing. Let me just relax. And it almost got me into trouble. With civil engineering, if you make a mistake, your building can collapse.
Yeah, sure.
So, and people could die. So, it almost got me into trouble. So, I would say, don't ever feel, no matter how much you're used to something, do not ever feel that I know too much. Or let me relax. Let me just take it easy. Keep pushing yourself. This is life. I've learned something. If you do not come out of your comfort zone, if you do not dare, if you do not push yourself, you will not enjoy life. You will just be going.
You won't learn.
Yes. And with all these things you're learning, you're enjoying your life. So, yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. And okay, at the end of it all, that you're able to achieve your dreams and everything, there's still this hunger for more.
Yeah.
Like you wanted more. You didn't just settle that. Okay, I've achieved this. Let me just keep riding that way. You keep wanting more. And like, how did that really affect your principles, the kind of person you are? What are the new things you've learned alongside the fact that you do not want to just relax, you want more and you keep doing more to get to that particular place that you want to be in life?
So, my principles, first of all, with the story I just told about how I grew up, I instilled it in myself from a very young age that if you want something, it won't get handed to you. You need to work out. You need to look for it. It will find you, no matter how great you are. Nobody sent me. I graduated very well, very very well. Nobody sent me email and said, "Come, we saw that you were best." I went out to look for it. Do you understand? So going out to look for it is what you have to do. You need to start training your mind. You need to start tuning your head to that space, because if you do not work hard, nothing will come to you. That's just true.
Yeah, that's true. Wow, you really said a lot, and I personally have been able to learn a lot from what you said. And to the viewers out there that are listening, your story is something that is inspiring in the sense that it was almost an impossible thing that you actually made possible. And definitely, you said you had a motivation. That in life, it's just like you are playing a game, now probably a football game, and you are like, I must win this game. And then probably you have your mom or your dad or someone that is very close to you looking at you, watching watching the match that you guys are playing, and you're like, I must not let this person down. And whatever comes to your mind at that moment is the figure, the facial expression of that person. And that alone will be an inspiration for you to keep thriving and making sure that you do not put that person down. And I feel that's a very good thing, because although not everybody have this motivation or this particular person they don't want to let down, but I believe that the fact that, and for you to like have that in mind, that means your mom or even that person, even if that person is not your mom, has really showed a form of belief in you. Even when you did not believe in yourself, she had faith in you, and that alone will make you feel like, oh, I really don't think I can do this. But someone somewhere just really believed that. You may not even see yourself achieving this, but I believe that you will, and that alone will really motivate you to be like, okay, I don't want to put this person down. And there's one thing that you said again that really inspired me. You said your lecturer called you and he told you. You know, words are really powerful. If you don't know, just imagine your lecturer called you and like, oh, because you have a good result and you think you're going to graduate with the first class. No, it's not possible. You're not going to do this. And you know, the lecturer just really brought you down at that point and really told you that it's impossible. You know, that will have weighed you down to really take a strong person to be able to excel again. You understand? But for the fact that you were able to meet up with your lecturer and then he motivated you, he told you something positive, and that really made you put in extra effort into what you are doing. So, and the person doesn't have to be your lecturer, it could even be your friend, it could be your sibling, someone you don't even know. A little word of encouragement can go a long way. That's why I keep telling people on the show that let's learn to encourage people. Let's learn to say something positive. You know, somebody could just start up a business. It could be the dumbest business idea, but you just have that faith. Just believe in that faith. Just say that word of encouragement, and it could really go a long way in the life of that person. And the fact that you didn't relent, you know, sometimes we humans is normal. Once you keep, you know, getting things right and doing things right, like, okay, I know this stuff, I'm good at this stuff, and you want to relent. Let me tell you something. The moment you want to relent, that's when you might flop. And like I used to say, there's some mistakes you make that you may not really be able to recover from. So we just have to be careful. And there was a saying, I think somebody said something one time, and it was like, there's a race, and then we have like two runners. So in that race, we have different people, the people that were cheering them on, the people that were bringing them down. You can't do this, you can't do that. So the competition went on, and the person that eventually won that competition, they asked him that how were you able to, you know, succeed in this race. And it was like he did not pay attention to people that were cheering him on, and he did not pay attention to people that were criticizing him. And that is a lesson, because in life, definitely you get to a stage whereby people will really praise you when you are doing good for yourself, when you are excelling. People will really respect you, people will honor you, and then definitely people will bring you down. But you don't have to pay attention. Not that you will not acknowledge, definitely you will acknowledge people that are you know, praising you and appreciating you. But still, you will not let that be a distraction. You will not let that get into your head, because once you start doing that, you might make some silly mistakes. So in life, you just keep being focused at whatever you are doing. You keep striving to become better. You keep, you know, sometimes there's this popular saying that we usually say that the rich are not always satisfied, and it's really not a bad thing. Because if you look at the fact that, okay, apart from the fact that there's a God factor in our life, God really wants us to be the best in every ramification. So for you to become the best and excel, you just have to keep wanting more. It's not that you are greedy. It's not that you are not sorry. It's not as if you don't have what's this word? You're not
satisfied.
You're not satisfied, or you are not contented with what you have. But the fact that you know that there's a journey, there's a destination, and if you have not gotten to that destination, you cannot rest, you cannot lay back, you cannot take a break. Definitely you can go on vacation, now that kind of break, but you cannot just say, let me hold on. So you just have to keep working hard, looking for ways to get better, looking for ways to advance yourself. So I believe that with that, gradually we all have a destination, because we all have the purpose we need to fulfill in life. And definitely it's to get, even Jesus Christ, he got to a state that, okay, this is the stage where I have fulfilled my purpose. So we all have this destination that we need to get to in life, and until we get there, we just have to keep working. So generally have been able to learn a lot. And then you said something about gender, you know, the society that we are in, and the fact that there's some, I think, you know, with the revolution and the way the world is evolving, you know, it was back then that people used to believe that women could not do some certain things. But I know that even the other gender, they know that they were quite wrong, because women have continuously proven that you're wrong. They have changed, they have challenged the status quo, they have done a lot of unimaginable, successful things that even the male, they are like, no, women are strong, women are outstanding, women are really resilient. And when it comes to the issue of strength, we don't have a competition. competitor, to be honest. It's not because I'm a lady. No, we don't have a competitor. When it comes to the fact that, being strong, being able to, take control of a particular situation, a lot about women that I really don't want to start digging into. And it's not because of, okay, that's my gender, but that's just the fact. But the thing is, I would just like to tell every female out there, irrespective of who you are, you can achieve whatever you want to. And the fact that Kamala Harris could become the vice president, that's enough motivation that one day a female will definitely become the president. And that is not because they are trying to equalize with the male gender. It's just the fact that everybody has a purpose. If God has said that this lady is going to become a president someday, you as a male, you have no right to say that no, because she's a female. Who are you? God created everybody equally, and if He decides to make a lady a president, you have no right than to say, well, why did they address them again? Your Excellency, you have to address her that way. You have no choice. Even if she's your wife, you just have to give her that due respect. There's one thing about people generally. Familiarity should, to make a relationship stronger, not make you disrespect that person. And we should learn to give respect to whom respect is due. I believe that the issue of respect should be, should be practiced among friendship, among spouses in a relationship. Respect your spouse, honor them, give them that due respect, and let them respect you in return. Because if you believe that, okay, she's my friend now, why should I be respecting her for what she, you just really believe that, oh, she's my friend, she doesn't deserve my respect. That's not how life is. Just give respect to whom respect is due. Honor whoever needs to be honored, as long as they pay you the same respect. And if they don't, that doesn't mean you should disrespect them. Just go your own way. So that's just basically everything I've learned about all that we have said. And before we go, okay, I'll just we really rounded up with everything that we have to say today. And we usually have guests. We have sponsors that gives our guests for coming on the show. Like I said, it's really something I appreciate, and I've been able to, with the favor of God, to get a few sponsors that have really taken it upon themselves to sponsor, to give our guests for coming, to thank them for coming on the show. And then a particular sponsor of ours has decided to give you something today. So thank you for coming on the show. And the brand is Skincare by Olufemi. So they partnered with our official sponsor, that's Lake Mami Photography, to give you something special. Although it's little, but please appreciate, just help us manage it. So I'm giving this to you to thank you for coming on the show.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show. And I'm quite sure that to every lady that has listened, and even a male that's listened to everything that you've said, has watched today's episode, I just want you all to know that whatever you set your mind to, you will definitely achieve it. As long as you are resilient, you do not give up. There's this strength from within. When you are trying something, so when you are moving forward, that's another thing that brings you back. But you keep pushing. Like, I don't know how to really explain it, but you really need to have something that motivates you to keep pushing. And before you know it, it will become a story. With time, it will become a story, because you will definitely succeed at it. It's not like we've all got it to where we want to. Excuse me, we still have a long journey to come. Yeah, because we are all, striving to become greatness and become what God has called us to be in life. It's not as if we have gotten there yet, but it's just a process for you to know that it is possible. And eventually, when you see you will become the next president of Nigeria, she said this one time, she said this on this particular show, and look at it now. Do you understand? It's not fiction, it's just life principles. And before you know it, the result will start showing, and you really be thankful that you gained something from today's episode. So, Yuri, before we go, is there anything you'd like to say, like the final note to the viewers? Okay.
I think the first thing I would like to say is, I'm a Christian, so I'm going to say this. I do not believe that I've arrived at this. This is not my destination, but I've arrived at this point because of my own strength, or because of my own resilience. It is God. That is number one thing I would like to say before we end the show. You need to know that God did not bring you to this earth by mistake. He brought you for a reason. There is a purpose. You were supposed to make a mark on this earth by yourself and with the help of people. You're not supposed to do this life alone. You need God. You need a community of people that you trust, like cheerleaders. You cannot be in a race without people cheering you on. You can't do it by yourself. You need support. You need God. And then do not give up no matter what. You do not see. Nothing good comes easy. You need to constantly tell yourself, whenever you're feeling stressed and you want to give up, tell yourself that this thing is stressing me like this because I'm on the end there. So you need to constantly remind yourself that this thing is this difficult because the end is going to be glorious.
Yeah.
So I think that's basically all I need to say right now.
Wow.
And don't give up. Never give up. Never give up on yourself.
Yes, so now we'll give a fuck about it, I need to say. But I would just like to I add to what you said, the fact that the God factor can never be excluded in fulfillment of purpose. There's a difference between ambition and fulfilling purpose. You really need to find out your purpose and you need support, like she said. And then when you need help, speak to people who you think can help. You can't do it on your own, definitely. God has fixed some people in your life to be able to support you in a particular area of your life when you need help. That's exactly. They term them as destiny helpers. Exactly. But seriously, there are some people that God has really placed in your life at a time to really help you through your journey. So God factor can never ever be overemphasized in fulfillment of purpose. Just make sure you are on track with God, and then you put every of your effort in becoming what you want to be in life. So thank you everyone for watching today's episode. My name is still Rebecca Irabo, and if you'd like to be a guest on the show, you know what to do. Send me a DM on Instagram at pricelessreby, or you can send a mail to rebeccairabo234@gmail.com, or you can call me on 08167055537. And if you'd like to be a sponsor, you can also reach me on those my social media handles and on my contact. You can call me. So thank you once again for watching today's episode. Until we see again, bye.